What up, everybody? This is your boy Theo Pinson here. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss any Run Your Race content. What goes into it, and that's just a pure indication of what type of workouts and stuff, and like people are just gravitating towards working out with you and just getting in the gym with you and stuff like that. What is because for me, I'm not going to hold you. This year was low-key a blessing in disguise because I didn't work on my game like I did with y'all this summer. Because I feel like, and you let me know if I'm wrong, I think guys work out people and they don't use their imagination. Yeah. Like you let guys use their like you'll be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. I want you to go double tween here, go there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think that is something that is missing in training.
Well, I think like great players are great players.
Yeah.
And like,
I guess everybody can't do that either though.
Right. Like, I mean, like, there's like, I mean, like Theo, like my 9-year-old son.
Yeah.
Right. Like at times, like you got to be like, all right, this is what we're doing. Like there's certain things as a trainer, like this is what we work on. This is the detail. True. Like you are doing this.
True.
And you know, like with Jew, we're going two dribble 4-step to the baseline. You're jumping as high as you can. Mm-hmm. Don't do shit else, bro.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, we do stuff like, you know, DHO out of the corner into a rescreen and like you're getting downhill in the big, you know, like there's times that like, it's like, all right, let's work this move.
Yeah,
but then there's times like, it's like, all right, you got to let dudes be dudes.
Yes.
And let, you know, and like, I don't, you know, like you've worked out with me tons is, like, I don't want guys thinking.
Yes.
I'll be detailed. Mm-hmm. And like, you've had moments where you're like, yo, show me that a couple more times. Cause it's like, you know, or I'll be like, hey man, your pickup, like, you know, timing or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I want guys to have things that they can go to, feel comfortable with, and not take away from what they're already great at.
That's something that I think trainers and guys who work out, y'all are really good at figuring out, okay, this is really what you're good at. Let's just hone it. What helps you see that in players? Like, is it just a bunch of film or is it like you can see it early?
I mean, I can see it. I think there's all different trainers. Like I can see it as soon as like I work somebody out. Like, all right, they don't pop the ball, their feet suck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah. Like they don't, their pickup timing is off. Like, you know, their feet. Like the first time you worked out with me, like, I don't even know if we dribbled the ball. I think it was, you were like, man, we just got to get up shots. So it was like a lot of balance stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to be detailed in like footwork. And like I watched, you know, film of like the Mavs. All right, this is what, you know, he gets a lot of his stuff off of. This is footwork he could use in situations. And then he build it out like that. You know, and then I'm a big fan of like you saw this summer, like if you get dudes in the gym, work them out. And then let them bump.
Yeah. Because then
let them bump. And then in within that, you can be like, all right, man, hey, man. Like
we need to work on this.
Yeah, like you can see it right away. But yeah, I think there's a lot of detail involved. I watch a lot of film. You know, like I watch film every morning.
A lot of film.
You know, like I love Sacramento, the way Sacramento plays. And so like I'll dive into different stuff, right? But it's all about the detail. It's all about knowing every player is going to be different. Every player learns different.
That's
right?
a fact.
And then every player, I can teach a skill in a multitude of different ways, right? So like some players may want to do it that way, but I can still get the same out of you with what you may like doing. You know what I mean?
People don't understand how hard that is either.
It is, but that's the whole thing I think with skill development is there isn't one way to do it. Like there's not, like everybody in the NBA doesn't run the same offense.
No.
Like Milwaukee doesn't run the same offense as Sacramento. Sacramento's very similar to Golden State because of the personnel, right? You got Sabonis, Drake. Like they run a lot of the same type of stuff with the splits and the DHOs. But like, you know, Phoenix is different. Dallas is pick and roll, right?
And spacing.
Yeah, in space.
But that's the thing that it's funny. It's just like you say that. Yeah, they like, oh, it's just a pick and roll, but like every spot around them is just as important as the guy that's just coming off the pick and roll.
And that's what young players don't get.
Yeah.
That's what college kids don't get. That's what high school kids don't get. Is like, yo, you can make $100 million in the league if you're 6'7", you shoot it well, you can play off DHOs, and you can play off lifts if you're a great cutter off the ball, and you freaking guard.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
So, you know, I think there's a lot of, there's so many different things, but there's not one way to do it. I think in skill development, so many people are like, man, this is the way you do it. It's like, there's a different ways you can do it.
For sure.
And there's different ways that are successful for every player. And then the detail involved with skill development, I think, you know, is lost at certain levels.
Shout out to Prize Picks, the presenting partner of Run Your Race, the daily fantasy sports game.
Head over to prizepicks.com or the app. Prize Picks makes it super easy, and it takes less than 60 seconds to make your entry.
As AJ said, it's very easy. You pick between 2 to 6 players. It's a skill-based fantasy game. You don't play against anyone. You're playing against the Prize Picks projections. It's simple. It's either more or less. Prize Picks also is matching your first $100 deposit. So if you put in $100, they match $100. But if you put in $20, they match $20.
Go to prizepicks.com/race and use code RACE for your first deposit match up to $100.